Welcome back, folks. Clyde Lindsay here from Pixel Pro Displays. It's great to see you all again on another Twinkle Tip Friday video. Hey, the last video we did on EZPlayer generated so many questions, and the number one question was, does it work with Remote Falcon? And the answer is, it 100% does. So let's dive in to answering that question and show you how to do it. Stay tuned. All right, folks, I'm excited about today's video, and here's why. It's on Remote Falcon. I've never messed with Remote Falcon, not until I sat down to do this video, and it's been a fun learning experience. For those of you who are new to Remote Falcon, I just want to go through what Remote Falcon is. And so if you want to give the viewers who come to your show and sit outside of your show the ability to interact with your show, you can allow that to them through their phone. And you do this by signing up for a Remote Falcon account. Now, many of you may already have a Remote Falcon account, but it doesn't take long to go to remotefalcon.com and then fill in the information, and you have to verify your email address. And once you do, you've created an account. But what the viewer gets to do is they get to scan a QR code that you'll put out in your show, and that sends them to a page that allows them to request songs from your playlist and queue them up into your show as your show is playing through the night. So imagine this. If you have a Tuesday, Wednesday night, it's really slow, and you have 30 songs in your playlist, and the viewer comes by your house and they only want to see Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You, and it's 30 songs deep. They don't know when it's going to play next. They could log into Remote Falcon through your account, and they can click the button on their phone, and it will queue up Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You, and it will play it right then and there after the next song ends, and it queues it. The Remote Falcon function is a really interesting option, and I'm going to walk you through the steps to get it working with EZPlayer right now. All right, let's go ahead and open up EZPlayer. As I open up EZPlayer on the show computer here, there's an available update. A little pop-up showed up. And so what we're going to do is do the update process. So this is nice. You have the option to update EZPlayer if you want when there is an update, or you can bypass it if everything's already running okay. I'm going to update because they've added a significant number of cool features, and while we're not going to go over all of them in the video today, there is one or two that are very interesting that you're going to like. All right, so you notice the different layout that we have behind us here. And what I wanted to point out is that we have a whole new layout with a bunch of new songs. And because I changed directories and have a new layout, I also had to do that in EZPlayer. Now, you probably don't have to do this, but I did for today's demo. But I wanted to show you under the settings page here that you could click on Show Folder and choose a new show folder. The second most asked question was about whether EZPlayer could automatically find the music that was connected to the sequences that we're about to add to the songs in our song list. And here underneath the show folder is also a choose media folder, and this allows us to go and find all of our music, and I have that saved in one specific location, and I can select it to use that folder. So I'll go ahead and close that, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to begin adding songs. And the first thing you're going to notice is that we have a brand new button up here in the top right. This is called bulk import, and I'm going to show you real quick that you can bulk import multiple songs all at one time. You'll see that I found an error that one song is a static sequence that doesn't have an MP3, and the developers are going to make it so that if a song does not have an MP3 link to it, that it will recognize that or find a way. They're still working on that little bug, but I was able to go in and manually enter the information necessary to add that individual static sequence in so that it was available for me to put it in the show. Once we have all of our songs added into the songs list, we go over to the playlist. Now, I have already created the fan playlist section, but this is very easy. The reason I did this is because you may have a bunch of sequences in your show, and you may run them on different playlists different nights of the week. You may want to create a fan playlist section or selection playlist that you're going to send over to Remote Falcon and activate it for specifically use whenever you run Remote Falcon. Now that our playlist is completed, let's go ahead and set up Remote Falcon. This is the moment of the video you've all been waiting for. Go to Settings and go to Viewer Control. And then from here, we're going to click on Viewer Control Type from Disabled to Remote Falcon. There's also an EZPlayer built-in option that is in current development. So more on that in another video in the future. So I'm going to select Remote Falcon as the drop-down, and we need to come up with a Remote Falcon token. And so what that basically means is we need to go over to Remote Falcon, log into our account, and from that point we need to get our tokens. Now we're going to head over to the Remote Falcon website and go log into our account. We'll immediately be set up on the dashboard once logged in, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the slider to enable viewer control. Next, on the left side of the page, I'm going to go to Account Settings, and then I'm going to select the Account button. And then here you're going to see the token. We can click the Copy Show Token and paste this over in EZPlayer. Now we're going to go ahead and select and click Control V or paste into the Remote Falcon field. There's our token. It's ready to go. And now we need to set up EZPlayer to add our Remote Falcon schedule, or not schedule, but playlist, so that the playlist can be ported over to the Remote Falcon website. On this Add Schedule Entry screen, there's a lot of options. I'm going to leave this as default, but if you wanted to black out some dates or times, you can do all days, you can do weekends, you can do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you can do these as many as you need to, depending on what your situation is at your home. If you have high volume traffic, you may decide that you don't want people to just pull up at any time, click a button, and be able to control your show. That might slow the line down if you have high traffic. So just realize that this is very customizable to your show and your selection preferences. We created the playlist. We created the playlist that's called Fan Playlist Selections. And this could be, again, as many songs as you have already sequenced in your show, or it could be a select number of songs that you don't show in your show that you kind of hide there in the Remote Falcon screen. But I'm going to go ahead and add that playlist in, and once I add that schedule entry, that's going to add that to the Remote Falcon on the Remote Falcon website. Let's go click over there and see if it's updated. I'm going to go over here to the dashboard, and after it's been probably a moment or two, maybe a minute, and I just hit the dashboard here, and notice how it says active sequences 9. It says total 11, but it's I have activated 9 sequences. And now we can go over and click on our View Public page. And this page is what the viewer is going to see on their phone. So the first thing you'll notice is that it says our 2024 Christmas Light Show. This is kind of the default page that Remote Falcon is set up with. I didn't take the time to format the page, so you certainly can do that with your own page. I scroll down, and this is connected now, hopefully, to the show player here. Let me stop that player in the background. So let's choose Jingle Bells Batman Smells. And it added it to the playlist, and hopefully, there you go. It's controlling the show. In a one-horse open sleigh, Joker's on the go, laughing all the way, the bells on pen. So I wanted to come back over here to the EZRGB website. You saw the static start there. I wanted to show you the setting on the player screen here. If you look at the player status page, you'll see that right now it shows the show is playing. I don't have it scheduled until 4 o'clock, but you can see that EZPlayer is reading that there is a song playing, and so it's showing that. It can't reach out to Remote Falcon and pick up the next song. It won't know that until the end of the next song, or the end of this song, what the next song's going to be. Now, one of the other things I want to show you, the enhancements that they added to this, is they added a volume control whenever you actually click on the volume bar. Before, you had to click this little thing here, volume settings, and it would open it. And over here, oh, well, there you go. There's the I'll turn it up a little bit. There's the other song. That was the other one that we requested to play. So as you can tell, there is a lot of great functionality added in to EZPlayer now. Well, I am absolutely surprised how easy RGB made it through the EZPlayer to set up Remote Falcon to work with EZPlayer. Like, it really didn't take anything to get it working. I was looking at the song list here, and I was thinking about how this works out in my show over here whenever I have cars lined up on the road. And I try to keep my playlist short. And if your playlist is short and you're looking for sequences, PPD has the PPD Sequence Club, where when you join the PPD Sequence Club, you get one awesome sequence each and every month, and you get to choose one song from the 3 triple play choices that we put up every month. So join the club. So when you're adding these songs into your playlist, that gives you the option to stack up 30, 40, 50 songs into one giant playlist, even though you have only 8 or 9 songs you play out there so the viewers can watch your show. They can go in and log into your Remote Falcon page. They can select any of the songs, and this is on the slower nights. Maybe on the busy nights you have a line of traffic. Maybe you block those nights out, and you kind of put blackout times in there so that they can't use that at that point. But I think the Remote Falcon has a lot of great functionalities, and one of the questions I have for you guys is, what about another video on Remote Falcon's show webpage? Put those in the comments if you'd like to see me go over some information on the Remote Falcon webpage. And I know the webpage is generic, and I haven't even looked at how to format that thing. So if you'd like to see me bumble around or learn more or teach you how to do it, let me know in the comment section. But what else do you have as far as questions are concerned about EZPlayer? Do you have any questions about the Remote Falcon and EZPlayer? Do you have any other questions about EZPlayer? Put them in the comments down below, and that way we can kind of walk through some more stuff. There's a bunch of options. They've already started changing a number of things in the settings tab, which I told you in the last video they were going to do, and I'm really excited that they have. So folks, I really appreciate you hanging on this long and watching the video. Thank you for watching. Take care, and goodbye for now. Now let's move on over to EZPlayer and open it up. I don't want people to hold up in traffic with 10, 20, or 30, 40, or 50, or 60, or 100, or 120, or 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. It's great to see you all again on another exciting weekend. We have information now on EZPlayer, and does it remote